23-year-old Ukrainian woman slaughtered by black career criminal for being white. And that's a strong statement. Can we also start by just pointing out that there's something demonic about the eyes of these repeat offenders?
Oh, every time.
Where they have, is it the SSRIs? Are they on like court-ordered medication? Or is it the fact that they've sold their soul to the devil and they're possessed by demons? Like,
I think it's the second one. They genuinely don't have souls. I mean, look at the photo of the eyes. He doesn't. There is no life in that.
Bring that up.
It's low IQ. Just sold my soul. Life is gone.
We should call them low IQs because like EYE. They're like low. They're IQs. That's what they are. It's like they're drooped down. Look, you've got the negative cantle tilt going on here. This is not. I'm not doing it for myself because my face is squished together too. But our skin is different, which is where I have the advantage. Meaning because I have freckles, right? So that's what I'm talking about. And a developed lobe. Yeah. Well, no, but it's the conversation is getting serious about race because it's going from like just the fact of being edgy to like, hey, our people are being killed, right? And we don't want Rhodesia. We don't want South Africa to happen to our country. But there is something about their eyes. Now, this article goes on to explain. Let me see if I can zoom in here. So, Ireina Zarutska, is that how you pronounce it? Because that's how I've been pronouncing it.
Ireina Zarutska, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fled a war zone to escape Russian bombs. She thought she found safety in America. Instead, she was butchered on a North Carolina light rail train for the crime of simply existing as a white woman. On August 22nd, the 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee boarded Charlotte Link's Blue Line at 9:46 p.m. Minutes later, a career criminal named DeCarlos Brown Jr., a black 34-year-old homeless man with a rap sheet going back to 2011, pulled out a folding knife and stabbed her in the neck 3 times. She collapsed and died on the floor of a train car in a city she thought would protect her better than Kiev. Brown walked off calmly, only to be arrested at the next station. Video surveillance captured it all. Now we have the edited video surveillance of what happened because they haven't released it. Now this is good news. I've been talking with Tom Hennessy, and we've already been FOIA'd the footage. So one of the goals, we'll talk about the controversy, is we're gonna work together and try to start getting all of the footage, including Austin Metcalf, and releasing it. Not out of insensitivity to the families, but out of the necessity to prevent a race war. So we're going to need to get people angry enough in this country to see what's really going on so that we prevent more violence. So unfortunately, it's the reality. Now check this out. Here's what happens. So she comes in and she sits down. Now let's break down this video piece by piece. By the way, I mentioned we have Mike Mendoza back in the cockpit over there. Mike, this is not to be like make a joke of it, but she made one literal fatal error already at the beginning of this. What was her fatal error? She turned her back to who? To what?
Well, her fatal error was that she relaxed around those
Correct.
who should never be relaxed around.
Mm-hmm. Never relax when you're around the people who steal your tax. That's the truth.
So true.
Okay, so she sits down here and like... There's so many things that this is a perfect case for us to use because number one, she's not wearing sexually appealing clothing. Nope. So we can't use the, she's like, whatever. Asking for it, right? Also, this guy looks already like upset. Like he's like, oh, damn, a white person. Like he probably told himself, I'm going to kill the next white person that I see.
Possible.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have that much forethought though.
That's actually true.
You know what I mean?
True.
It's not really like they premeditate a lot of these things.
Yeah, that's why they get found not guilty in court all the time because they're found to be mentally retarded.
Oh my Your Honor, my client's insane. He didn't have the mental insight to know that this was going to happen when he stabbed the person.
Yeah, the other footage that they released, it kind of sounds like he's saying, which I added on there as well, where he's walking around after he stabbed her and he's saying, I got that white girl.
He got a white girl, yep.
Like, this is something he was saying as he's going through, allegedly.
Yeah, that's why I think it's the devil. I think the devil hates whites. I think whites represent beauty, and I think that we are the ones that have held Christianity together, and it's sort of like punishment. That's why I think he's used the synagogue of Satan, the Jews, to sort of destroy our countries, and I think he uses black people as sort of a criminal bioweapon, like in our countries. And I don't mean that rudely, because I know many black people who are very kind and very, very loving people, but not all of them. But I've always mentioned it's 40%. About 40% of blacks have an IQ that is so low, it's unable to function in society, which is why they have to be fed and bathed and provided for. They literally do. You have to pay for their housing, their phones. You have to treat them like children because they have the IQs of a child.
And I think a lot of it has to do, too, is the way the government has gone about this over the years. You know, what they do is they bury crime statistics. Anything that's related to anybody's black or minority, they don't put it out on the front page. They want to bury it. They don't even want to release names. If a black or a minority runs somebody over the car, they're like, oh, the car did it, gun did it or something else, but never putting blame on the right person. So there's a lot of that. And then also there's the division that's also caused that we run into is where the government says that white people are the most extreme. White people are the worst. Look, they're suppressing you. Look at all the destruction that they're causing. And they create this false narrative that that's how us as white people are when it's not even close to the truth. So I think part of that fuels it as well. And then also what they glorify when you're glorifying music about murdering, drug dealing, and all these other things. And you take that as your culture and think that that's something great. What you're going to do is you're going to get a lot of, bad effects afterwards from glorifying it.
Yeah,
Right.
well, it's like Daryl Brooks, the guy who drove through the Christmas parade. Right? It's the same exact thing. He drove through, he killed a bunch of people, and then it was just recently before that he was let off because, Your Honor, my client can't really do anything, so his bail should be set to $500. Then they let him out, and he plows through a crowd of people.
Yep.
Yeah, and I want to tell you guys something. By the way, obviously talking about this kind of stuff the way that we do, we have to have sponsors on our shows. And obviously we've teamed up with a few new sponsors that we're talking about. And one of those things as we break down what really went wrong here, a reminder to people who are sports fans and go out, if you're ready to be met with confidence right now, MyBookie has got an incredible deal for you. When you opt in, use promo code RIFT, that's RIFT, you'll get your first bet back if it loses up to $500. It's a free way that you can have some fun with the boys. And I always say, if you don't bet, then don't start betting. But if you're like me, I am a betting man. I live my life at high stakes, actually. My entire life is a gamble. But you heard that right. Lose your bet, and MyBookie's got your back with a refund of up to $500. It's the perfect way to jump into the action without worry. Just head to bit.ly/joinwithrift. That's bit.ly/joinwithrift. Opt in to enter promo code RIFT to claim this offer. Don't miss out. Sign up today at bit.ly/joinwithrift and bet smarter with MyBookie. Terms apply, so check their site for details. Let's get in the game. You can also go to mybookie.com, use promo code RIFT to get $500 back and basically have some free money to use and have a good time. All right, so coming back into this statement. So she sits down, because if you haven't seen the video, you got a lot of opinions. I want to break down what went wrong in our society here. So she's sitting down. So now he's pulling out the knife.
She's not even interacting with him, paying attention to her phone, and yeah.
So there was nothing there. Like
No,
there was
nothing.
So this is why it's grisly, because this is what you call like what the way that the media portrays white on black violence is actually what black on white violence is. Like, I want to remind people, I was attacked by blacks several times. One of the times they were literally just looking for white people to shoot and to attack. And that's why they went after James as well. Last name, what's James?
From
Klug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, James Klug. So they were just looking for white people, and they were calling me whitey when they were going to try to kill me. And I was telling that I had like a family at home and stuff, and like I had to literally beg for my life from blacks to not act like animals. And what's crazy is when I tell that story, blacks on the internet mock me, like ha ha ha, yeah. But they gang up and like it's the same thing. They randomly attacked me. I wasn't doing anything. They just randomly attacked me, held a gun at me, and attacked me. Like I didn't do anything to them. Period. I wasn't even bothering them, you know? Yeah, were they looting and stuff? Yeah, but my point is they get in this like aggressive mindset. I've seen it happen to where it's like almost like, I don't mean to make this sexual, but it's almost like somebody dealing with like addiction to jerking off, where it's like, they're just like having a battle with themselves and like don't know how to like not do it. If you've ever had a battle with that in your life, especially if you're a teenager or whatever, you try not to do it. It's like, it's like this crazy like thing where you almost don't know why you do it. And so it's almost like they actually don't know why they're evil. And I think there's something that they have a lower vibration, a lower spiritual agency. And I think they're influenced by dark spirits. I think there's also generational curses from all the voodoo and witchcraft and the ancestry, because you know that all their ancestors like pray to spirits and like ask the spirits to guide their people. And so I think there's like a real dark spirit that leads, like demonically leads a lot of these people, not all of them. This isn't like a complete racial dismissal, because that would kind of be ludicrous or reductionist, but it does seem that there is like a level of like aggression, hate, that also I will say scientifically has been proven to exist, in that there is a receptor issue in a lot of the black population. It's like around 60% of them, to where the way that they reuptake certain hormones and certain neurotransmitters, it causes situations that are not stressful to seem highly stressful, and it causes the reaction is like almost like if you hit someone's knee and you have a reaction, right? This is sort of like an impulse. Where a lot of times like something can be very like simple, like a police officer's just like, can you roll down your window please, license and registration, and then they have this this issue where they go into high stress fight or flight mode, and then they start acting like an animal. And the only place we see that is with other mammals, right? That's not seen in other types of humans except for these people. So you got a real spiritual and genetic component that, like, you see something like this happen, and the reason why it's so powerful is because that reminds you that these people are not like us. You don't see white people acting like this on such a regular basis. I'm sure you could find instances, you know? I'm sure you could find instances where evil people are evil. Serial killers, a lot of people, white people have committed acts of violence, but just senselessly, unannounced, unaggravated violence, like in such a gruesome way, especially on a target, like on a young white girl,